Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from Native War Paints. I do have their Trick or Treat collection, which has 6 polishes. I have their color of the month, and then I have their monthly mini to share with you. So we have 8 polishes to look at today. These are releasing September 18th, so in the description box below I will link the Native War Paints site, I will link their Instagram page, and I will link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. So like I said, 8 things, and let's go ahead and get started. So we will start with their monthly mini this time. This is Mythical Mermaid, and this is a kind of dusty purple with a strong green shimmer and a linear hollow. So here's our first coat of Mythical Mermaid. This does cover really well on this first coat. It's not quite a one coater, so I am going to go in for a second coat. But this has a really good formula. Even with the smaller brush this time, I felt like I didn't have issues with applying this one or getting it to cover evenly or having enough on my brush or anything like that. So here's our second coat, and that does cover completely in 2 coats. Depending on your application, I could see needing a third. This one does have a super strong flash to it. Very, very beautiful shimmer in this one. You are going to want top coat because it dries dull, but nothing's going to dry textured or be difficult to remove. So there's 2 coats. Here's October 2020, and this is a bright kind of slime, kind of yellow green Crelly, and it does have gold glitter and iridescent glitter. Here's our first coat of October 2020. This one is pretty sheer here on this first coat. Formula on this one was pretty thick. This was a little too thick for my liking. It was just a little bit difficult to work with, and the glitters do take some manipulation to get to spread out evenly. So this is building up well in 2 coats. I am going to go in for a third coat today. I would say wearing this out, I would probably wear this one on 2. It was a little bit thick on my nails, and I don't particularly love that feel. But it is completely opaque in 3 coats. You are going to want top coat to smooth everything out and give it a nice even shine. And removal on this one will be difficult because there is a good amount of glitter in this. So there is 3 coats. Up next from their Trick or Treat collection, we have Candy Inspector, and this is a white Crelly base. There is primarily orange, purple, black glitter in here, different shapes, sizes. Some are shredded glitters, and then there are green, like tiny micro bar glitter. Here's our first coat of Candy Inspector. So this one is pretty sheer on this first coat. It is a white Crelly, that's to be expected. You don't get a ton of glitter out on each coat, but as you build each coat up, the glitter is going to build up and be seen through the transparent base, so it does give a nice, beautiful 3-dimensional look on the nail. So this is building up well in 2 coats, but I am going to go in for a third coat. The back glitter was very easy to get out. I didn't want particularly the chunky glitter on my nails, so I didn't do any kind of searching to get those out. This is completely opaque in 3 coats. You are definitely going to want top coat to finish this quintessential Halloween look off because it does dry textured, and because of all this glitter, it's also going to be pretty difficult to remove, so there's 3 coats. Up next we have a Giant Pumpkin, and this is kind of a squashy orange Crelly, and it's got a golden shimmer and a ton of different black glitter. Some are shredded, some are hexagon, some are these tiny little micro bars. Here's our first coat of Giant Pumpkin. So this one is pretty sheer on the first coat. Yellows in general are pretty notorious for being more on the sheer side, but when you add things like this glitter, they'll pop more if the base is sheer. The shimmer that's in this also stands out really well. The glitter comes out really easily, and it is easy to manipulate across the nail to kind of give a nice even look. So here's our third coat, and that does cover completely in 3 coats. You're going to want top coat. It dries dull, it dries textured, and these black flakes that are in here remove like a glitter, so it will be difficult to remove. So there is 3 coats. Next up we have Superhero, and this is a kind of cornflower blue Crelly, and it's got different red and blue glitters. It has some white glitters and some hollow glitter. Here's our first coat of Superhero. So this one is a little bit sheer on this first coat, a little bit more opaque than the last one, but it is a Crelly, so I do recommend building most Crellys up in 3 coats. Formula on this is very smooth and easy to work with. Native War Paints generally does a really good job on their Crelly formulas. Very dependable, very beginner friendly, easy glitter manipulation, very simple to spread out across the nail. So here is our 3rd coat, and that does cover completely in 3 coats. This one is also going to dry pretty textured because of all this glitter, and once again it will be on the difficult side to remove because of all of the glitter. So there is 3 coats. Next up we have Pretty Princess, and this is kind of a like dusty pinky purple micro glitter that is holographic. Here's our first coat of Pretty Princess. So this one is pretty sheer on the first coat. It does remind me of a really old OPI that I can't think of the name of right now. I don't have it. I think it was from like maybe a Katy Perry collection or maybe like Beyonce or something like that. Some kind of female singer collection. It definitely resembles that idea. It does build up well in 2 coats. I'm feeling extra picky today, so I'm going to go in for a 3rd coat. You are going to want top coat to finish this off if you don't love the textured feel. This one kind of dries to like a Zoya pixie dust texture, and removal on this one is going to be extremely difficult. You could also double this one as a topper. So there is 3 coats. Up next we have Basic Witch, and this is a kind of grayed out purple jelly Crelly, and it's got purple and blue glitter. Here's our first coat of Basic Witch. So this one is pretty sheer on the first coat. It's a jelly, but it doesn't build up for me to full opacity, not even opacity anyway. If I went in a little bit thicker, it might be completely opaque, but with these kind of thicker jellies, I don't like to do super thick coats because it feels heavy on the nails, so I'm doing thin coats for this, and I just couldn't get an even application on this. Very possibly user error though. The glitter that's in here, it does spread out evenly across the nail. You are going to want top coat. It does dry textured, and removal is going to take some scrubbing. So there is 3 coats. And lastly for today we have Horror Villain, and this is a black holographic base with a ton of red and iridescent glitter. And here's our first coat of Horror Villain. This one covers pretty good on the first coat, all things considered. With these black glitter polishes, you are going to need more of a sheared out base to be able to see the added elements that are in here. So if this was any more opaque, those red glitters would completely disappear. So this is building up well in 2 coats. I am going to go in for a 3rd coat because again, I'm feeling pretty picky. If you go in for thicker coats, you might be able to get this one opaque in 2, but obviously my application was pretty uneven with this one. So here's our 3rd coat, and that does cover completely in 3 coats. You are going to want top coat again for this. It's going to dry dull and textured, so a nice thick glitter eating glossy top coat, and removal is also going to be difficult. So there is 3 coats. Native War Paints does a really stellar job on their Crellys. So of course I have 2 Crellys as my favorite, the first one being Candy Inspector. We all know by now if there's a white Crelly in the collection, I am very drawn to it. I'm prone to pick that as my favorites. This one screams Halloween to me. It's so fun. The little bar glitters that are in here are so original. The little back glitters are very easy to get out, so I think this one is really cute and definitely the standout of the collection for me. And then the other one being Superhero, mostly because I haven't seen many Crellys in this kind of cornflower blue base. I like the red, white, and blue thing. Obviously, I live in the United States, so it's like a patriotic thing for me, but it's not the most like Halloween of things to me. It is named Superhero, so obviously that's the costume they were going for, but these were the standouts in the collection for me. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me. I will talk to you again next time.